welcome to the London Talk. It's very exciting to be here. Many people were waiting for this moment, and yeah, thank you very much, really, for being here and for supporting this project. First of all, yeah, we are here with Kim today. As you know, Kim will talk about his background, as he's studied law before, his job, and what he does in business development in the automotive sector. But before that, I would like to introduce the project, the podcast, because it's been really tough to set everything up, and both in terms of content and also in terms of technical issues and everything else. So yeah, basically we started 2 months ago, more or less 2 months ago, with this project. I involved Kim, so Kim is the collaborator, and also Marina, who is the next speaker. We collaborated on this project, and we wanted to create something to allow people to network because of this lockdown situation, but also to create, let's say, a connection between aspiring lawyers in the United Kingdom and young professionals, and professionals who are already in a certain field, and lawyers and entrepreneurs. So we are really looking forward to invite all these people going live in the future. We already have quite a good list of speakers coming live with us, and yeah, we are really looking forward to that. On a side note, we also participated recently to the Corporate Law Academy Legal Accelerator contest, which is basically a contest to invite five of the best ideas, 5 of the best projects to collaborate with the Corporate Law Academy in London and to develop the project. Unfortunately, we didn't make it to the first 5, but we made it to the first 25 out of more than 100 people involved in this contest. So, considering that it's an idea which we just started and we developed in very, very little time, very, very short time, arriving among the first 25 was a great satisfaction, and I would like to thank everyone for participating, including Kim, of course. So yeah, let's get into it. And so yeah, I would like to ask Kim what's your background. I will also explain my background later on, but I would like to ask you what's your background. What have you studied? How did you get into business development and in the automotive sector? And yeah, what are your aspirations for the future?
Well, thank you for inviting me for this show. And I am Taehyun Kim, and my legal study history goes back to maybe 15 years ago. I started law when I was in high school, and that's why I decided to continue studying in law in university
Mm-hmm.
at university. So
You study in Korea, right?
and
South Korea.
yes, in South Korea, South Korea. But since I realized that I was interested in something else, and I studied abroad in Hong Kong, in Japan, and 2 years ago, even in the UK. So I studied in many countries, and now I'm looking for companies, uh, the automotive manufacturer, an automotive manufacturer, and as a project manager. So I
Yeah.
am I am working for the company as the project manager,
Yeah.
and I'm quite enjoying my job now.
What have you studied? Like you studied law, but then did you specialize in something specific? What have you done in your after your, let's say, bachelor degree and in your LLM and master in your master of law? What did you study?
Well, I had studied specialized the commercial law,
Yeah.
Korean commercial law,
Yeah.
um, in bachelor course, and I studied the like international commercial law, which
Mm-hmm.
is about contractual law or um, like a trade law or something like that. So yeah,
Yes.
I have specialized that kind of area of the law.
Yes. For those who don't know, I've known Kim for a few years now. We studied together at the University of Glasgow. It was the master of laws. And Kim, I think you were in international commercial law, right? I
Yes,
was, yeah, I was studying corporate law over there,
corporate law. Yes.
and yeah, we spent together that year in Glasgow, and then Kim went back to Korea. Uh, you went back because you got a job offer there, or because like you didn't want to stay here to qualify as a lawyer, or what did you want to do at that time?
Oh, firstly, because I didn't have a qualification for visa to stay,
Yeah,
so I had to go back.
it's
So
this, yeah.
and I didn't even have any plan to work in the UK. So
Okay.
why I
Yeah. It's quite tough for foreign students to obtain a visa, right? For international students for working in the UK.
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
So and what else?
So now you work in business development in Korea, and how did you get in there? First of all, like, did you had previous experience after, like, before your master's degree, or when did you start working in the automotive sector and business development?
Um, I started my career. I remember it was 6 years ago,
Yeah.
7 years ago. The reason was really simple because my the city where I was living was you know built with like the industry of automotive. So
Okay.
I
It's
the company, yeah,
close to Seoul in Korea, right? Close to the capital.
yes, but a bit far. So for the reason I started my career at the automotive manufacturer company.
Yeah.
That was the beginning of my career, and I've been working at this sector more than 6 years,
Okay.
and I can I don't I'm quite enjoying this kind of area
Uh
because
huh.
I need to deal with like technical issues or even the sales or some other like the human resource area.
Yes.
So it
Yeah.
gives me so much like interesting, and I can't stop like get out of this time. Anyway,
Yeah.
I'm just
Okay.
really
So before getting into the depth of business development, let's say, why did you choose a career in this field rather than qualifying as a lawyer? What was the main reason for that? Like,
um this is the quite really personal
okay.
reason.
Ah, all
Um,
right.
in 2009, I went to Philippines for
Okay.
study,
Yeah.
and I discovered so many cars on the streets, but they were not made from Korea. They were
Okay.
from Japan or somewhere else. So I was thinking that if I am working for that kind of like a manufacturer companies, and promoting the sales or like
Mm-hmm.
strategy, then with the legal mind,
Yeah.
then it would be so nice and interesting. So from the time I turned my career from legal area to because I was thinking to become kind of uh, working in court.
Okay.
So that was the kind of like first motivation why I turned my career to the business development area.
Okay. Yeah. And would you qualify as a lawyer in the future, or it's something that you're not considering anymore?
I'm
Because
still thinking.
yeah, I remember we were talking about it when we are in Glasgow.
Yeah,
That you'd have like to maybe take the route of qualifying as a lawyer in the United Kingdom and perhaps take the GDL course,
yeah,
which for those who don't know about it, it's basically the conversion course for qualifying as a lawyer in the United Kingdom.
mm,
So yeah, I was wondering if you'd consider that in the future. You just want to continue in
right.
business
We
development.
used to we used to talk about it just overnight sometimes, right?
Yes, yes, yeah. Because I mean, it's a rewarding career in my opinion, and yeah, that's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, so for those who don't know about me, I've studied law in the Netherlands. It was international European law, and then I moved to the UK to study the master in corporate law, and now I'm trying to qualify in this country. So I believe it's a rewarding career. It's also very challenging, very
yeah,
competitive because, especially as a foreigner, you have to compete, quite a lot with local graduates. But uh, let's say that the university level here is probably the highest in the world, one of the highest in the world, together with the US and other countries, and
yeah.
you have to compete with graduates from Oxford, from Cambridge, and is very challenging, So yeah, I believe it's a rewarding path if you decide to take that.
Yes,
But
yes, right. Yeah, I am taking that kind of thought into my considerations still, and I really hope someday I uh, become qualified uh, for the legal as a lawyer. But I really hardly see path of the career because
mm,
I studied the law in South Korea as well as in the UK. So
yeah,
it's not kind of like a straight path of a career. So it would be really hard for me to become a lawyer like in South Korea and UK. So
uh-huh.
I'm still leaving that kind of option as my future
Yes,
option. But um, I think it would be really hard. I will see
yeah,
that someday.
okay,
I if I'm rich, then I might choose like
yeah,
that's
yeah. Why not?
yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, uh,
Um, so okay, let's get a bit more into business development, and for those who are interested in that specific field, or anyway are interested on how a company works, let's say in the development and the strategy and yeah, how these things work. So what is your company about? What do they do, and yeah, what's the business they deal with?
the company where I'm working for manufactures many kind of um, automotive parts. So from like a power window switch, which is if you get on a car, then you can use that button like to draw the window up and down,
Mm-hmm.
or like a switches that you can use it when you want to turn on radio or other like a power something. So
Yeah, so it's manufacturing
companies,
of parts which are then provided to the to other companies.
yes,
Yeah.
and so do that, the company needs to build a design and manufacture and to ship them to the customers. So
Yeah.
the company is doing that kind of thing. Then I am yeah, working as like managing that project
Yes, it's
from
the global project management. Is
yes
that correct? So
and
your company is involved in the sale of components to other countries, right?
that's right.
Ship internationally. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so how does the business development role within your company look like? What's your day-to-day life? How does it look like business as a business development manager?
Um, these days I am taking over tasks from Nissan
Okay.
and Mitsubishi Motors. So the task that I am planning, and I plan in mornings are to check the schedules of a project and review all of the tasks that undone and done.
Mm-hmm.
I spread the message to each members and to cooperate to proceed the project. And if I have some issue or technical issue or some other the problems, then I try to check risk or like profit
Mm-hmm.
like that, and then I to make some other breakthrough or some countermeasure with the team members to solve the problems. So that
Yes.
is usually like usual day of my work.
So okay. So you're involved in the let's say business strategy in the direction of the company in some ways, or you deal more
Yes,
with the compliance. Yeah.
right.
Okay. Do you engage with other departments as well? Like with the legal department, for example?
Yes, that's a really important part. I, I think the most because every single project uh, needs to have or check the risk of a country. That is the first starting point. So the legal department
Mm-hmm.
checks every like single word of the contract papers, then
Yes.
manage until the project ends.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that they work that like that, and I am not working for that kind of job, but I check the like articles or words or conditions of the contract, and
Yeah.
I just yeah, to manage the risk from sometimes unfair contract because all customers are not really kind. So
Yeah. Of course.
it's really business. It's really business. So I need
Yes.
to check and manage. I have to manage them, all of them. So
So, in a business development role, do you deal directly with customers, or you don't really have to?
I do
Yeah. Okay.
with customers in in Japan or in the United States,
Yes.
many countries. Really,
And yeah. And for example, if it's not confidential, like, what kind of legal issues do you have in this sector? Like, I don't know, like, because for example, I work in a biotechnology company in the UK right now, and we can
yeah.
say we have issues related to the GDPR, which is the data protection regulation. Um, yeah. Do you have anything comparable, let's say, or
Well,
you can also not tell us because it's a bit it's a bit
well,
confidential probably.
Yes, kind of confused. But um, uh, this is also confidential, but it's not kind of legal thing.
Okay.
Um, I can see all of the projects from the car makers. So they don't
Okay.
op they don't open the kind of like detail of the models.
Right.
For example, they will like Nissan will promote or open or to provide new models for customers in 2021.
Mm-hmm.
Then they don't open it to uh, the public. But I already know that the
Okay.
project. So
Yeah. Yeah. It's so you collaborate with say R&D department is a research and development. So yeah, yeah, it's all the
and
projects, future projects of the company, obviously, all the
right.
highly confidential
And
information.
good thing, yeah, right. The good thing is that I know most of the specification, the model or something like that. So it's quite really enjoyable,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, yeah, it's very interesting indeed. And I was wondering, has your company been affected by this COVID-19 situation? I know everybody's tired of hearing about it, but uh, was your company affected by it, and to what extent?
Um, well, before that, I was really expecting to be locked down at my home, but I never had work from home ever.
Oh yeah, in Korea
No,
they
yeah,
didn't stop the
no,
businesses that much. Like how what happened?
we didn't have any the economy shutdown. So
Wow.
I've been working even in this situation.
Yes.
And yeah, back to the question. Yeah, we still have some factory shut down because of the cases.
Mm-hmm.
And nowadays we are experiencing the second wave.
Yes.
So under the kind of really big impact of the coronavirus, but
Mm-hmm.
even not, but it was not from like domestic area. The effect it was more from the overseas area because United States they shut down every single factory.
Oh yes. So it
Yes.
was affected.
Yeah,
Let's say indirectly from other countries. Yeah.
because we are exporting many stuff to
Yes.
many countries, so why we were under an effect and damage.
Yes.
Uh, but um, yes, I we were experiencing and but hopefully we are uh, recovering from. It's
Yes. Yeah. I think it's very interesting that in Asia, for example, there was a different reaction
yeah.
to this situation. Like, okay, China is not related to this because yeah, it started there. But for example, Japan or Korea, they tried not to shut down at all, right? They wanted people to go to work no matter what.
No, no, no. I hope there is no
Like
any
it's
China.
a completely different approach. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, what you say?
Not yet that it's a completely different approach from other continents. For example, like I know in Japan, for example, like they try to keep their business going almost in any condition. Sounds a bit yeah weird,
Yeah,
but
just simply in Asian countries, work first. In Western countries, safety first. So
yes. And what about electric cars, electric vehicles? Do you deal with that part of the business or?
yes, I am um, managing now the 10 projects
Mm-hmm.
And I remember three of them were to build new models
Yeah.
of a electric car. So the portion of the like electric cars in comparison to a couple of years ago is really increasing really fast.
Okay. So
So
Korea is incentivizing the switch, the use of electric cars, is it?
yes, I think we have some subsidy from local government or the central government,
Yeah.
but not much person to ask. But
Mm-hmm.
yes, we are getting some kind of benefit
Mm-hmm.
for using the cars. And yeah, yeah, I am taking some part of it, and I see
Mm-hmm.
this development
Yes.
fast.
So in your role, you are quite engaged in this change, like in this transition to electric, or
Yes, right. So,
how
so
are companies are adjusting, like a company like yours, how are they adjusting to this change, to this transition?
well, fortunately, the company I'm working for uh, provides usually like electronic or electric parts. So
Yes. Yeah.
you don't have that much like damage from that big change in the industry. But most of like uh, the, uh, the original um, automotive part manufacturers, they are experiencing uh, like they are stepping back
Mm-hmm.
from that change because they
Yes.
didn't prepare for that change earlier.
Yeah.
So where the company where I uh, was working for
Mm-hmm.
before the company now,
Yeah.
uh, they were producing they are producing the parts from before engines or transmission.
Yeah.
So usually like related to the completion system of cars. But now they are losing huge profit because of the decrease of the uh, like completion system.
Mm-hmm.
So they're being experiencing that kind of things. Yeah, but the company where I'm working for now, they don't have that much like damage from the change.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good
Oh yeah.
news for
Okay.
me. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. For example, yeah, talking about different fields, like I'm working in a biotech company, as I told you, and we weren't affected that much uh, by this situation, for example, because yeah, we needed to deliver medical devices to hospitals, to universities, so we weren't
Mm,
affected by the COVID-19 situation, for example. But yeah,
right.
so what about self-driving vehicles? Do you know anything about it? Is your company engaged in that type of technology? Because there's a big uh, it's a hot topic right now in the US, where there's Tesla and Amazon competing, for example,
Yeah.
to get on the market of self-driving vehicles. For example, um, Amazon is trying to acquire a startup that's very famous for technology uh,
Mm,
behind the self-driving technology, basically. So there's it's quite a hot topic at the moment. And is your company involved in that, or are they? Well, you cannot tell that, but is um, yeah, is there
well,
anything?
I don't think I understand the like entire things of my company, the company I'm working for.
Okay.
But I don't think the company is involved in that kind of area. But
Okay.
maybe yeah, it's really hard to understand the concept of it because
Mm-hmm.
uh, you know, artificial intelligence,
Yeah.
driving, self-driving. I actually don't know how it works, to be honest.
Okay. Yeah, it's not something
Yeah,
in
yeah,
your your radar, let's say.
But what I heard these days is that Samsung might they get engaged in that the
Mm-hmm.
car making again because
Yeah.
they used to produce the cars in
Yes.
the 2000, but they stopped producing it. But they are
Okay.
thinking to come back to the appear in the area of the industry start because they have so much of a
Yeah.
patent
Of course.
and intelligence
Yes.
property
Yes.
of that.
Yeah. And on that point, I would like to add that there's, I mean, legal technology at the moment is quite a hot topic as well. Like at
Yeah,
least in the UK, there's a huge development on education related to legal technology. They are creating master's degrees on legal technology related to linked to the possibility to qualify as a lawyer. So you find the GDL, the graduate diploma in law, combined with the technology, because there's this transition. There's this. It's a hot topic at the moment, and they are transitioning to that. And
yes.
yes, and yeah, yeah, it's very interesting indeed. And another question, returning to your job, to business development, what advice would you give to someone who wants to try working in that field, or who wants to experience that field as a, I don't know, for example, to young students who want to enter as interns into business development to experience that field? What advice would you give?
Well, what I can give is as a legal person, not legal person. Um, as a person who knows about law,
Mm-hmm.
legal stuff, and
Yeah.
we can use that kind of knowledge or like mindset uh, in like usually negotiation.
Yeah.
Um, um, I'm not good at like making some really good business strategy or like business planning, something like that. But what I'm really enjoying is that I make kind of a good communication with partners and bring out um, really good position or profit through the negotiations. At that kind of point, um, we are we have so much like advantages
Mm.
uh, because we think logically and we usually like think based on evidence, right? So
Okay.
if you want work in that area as a business development, then put your like, that kind of knowledge or um, ability in that area, then you will definitely enjoy uh,
Yes.
that kind of development.
Great. Great. Well, that's all for me. I have no other questions, to be honest. And yeah, I would like to thank everyone again for tuning in, because it was the first experience, and yeah, it requires some preparation. So I hope we will gradually improve. Both in terms of content and in terms of the technical aspects. So I hope you enjoy this first introduction to the podcast, and we will come up with more content, much more content very soon, and new ideas and surprises that you will see in the upcoming weeks and months. So thank you very much for joining, and thank you, Kim, for volunteering as the first guest for this premiere. It was great to have you here from South Korea,
Yeah.
and yeah, see you all next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.